I brought this up a few times because I was covering it live, the World Cup final for football, and I was talking about like what Kylian Mbappe did in that, and the hat trick he scores, and we talked about like compared it to Shoaib Akhtar's wickets in India was sorry to our Indian friends, जब उसने सचिन और द्रविड को आउट किया था. The thing that I talked about that Mbappe one and on air as well is that like it's not even like a teenager fantasy. It's like एक बच्चे छोटे से 7-8 साल के बच्चे की fantasy, right? कि like you walk into a World Cup that your team is losing and boom, 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 you score a hat trick against the greatest player in the world or former greatest player in the world now that you've stepped on the field. Like that's a child's kind of dream. In this case, in the Wasim spell, I am that child. Like I'm 8 years old. Mere, or I think this is a huge part of that World Cup's lore is that in Pakistan at least, क्योंकि ऑस्ट्रेलिया न्यूजीलैंड में हो रहा था सुबह के वक्त मैचेस होते थे बट उस वक्त रमजान तो लोग उस टाइम पे जाग रहे थे. अब मैं रोजे नहीं करते 8 साल की उम्र पे और मैं आई डोंट रिमेम्बर वेकिंग अप एट सेडी बट आई डेफिनेटली रिमेम्बर बीइंग अप फॉर मैचेस. आई स्पेसिफिकली रिमेम्बर कि जब पाकिस्तान ऑल आउट हुआ था 72 वर्सेस इंग्लैंड एंड बारिश हो रही थी एंड इवेंचुअली इतनी बारिश हुई थी कि पाकिस्तान मतलब वी बोथ गॉट अ पॉइंट ईच एंड दैट एंडेड अप क्रूशियल इन keeping us in that World Cup. I specifically remember that I was playing out a fantasy while the rain break was going on कि मतलब मैं पाकिस्तान टीम के लिए खेलता हूँ और हम 72 बना के आउट हुए हैं और अब इंग्लैंड की बैटिंग है और मैंने कोई 8-9 विकेट ली थी. So I'm at that age in my life, right? Like I think these like naive enough to think these things happen. और उसके बाद and I've like this story I've tweeted about this. It's a very long story, but I'll try and tell it very quickly, which is that because my family wasn't really into cricket, so I was sent to school that day, and I was one of like 25 kids out of 200 who showed up. So
This is for the final, right? The final
this is for
itself.
the
Now
final. This is for the World Cup final, and then the teachers decide there's no point in teaching classes, so they put all the children inside the library and put the match on. And even in this match, like when I look back at it now, Pakistan is playing terribly, and like older me would watch a match like this just dying of stress and hating myself, but young me had no idea. And most of the kids there had no idea. तो वो मैच लगा है जावेद मियांदाद और इमरान खान बैटिंग कर रहे हैं बस वो आउट नहीं हो रहे और हम लोग शोर मचा रहे हैं खुश हो रहे हैं खुश हो रहे हैं and then the teachers are like चुप हो जाए चुप हो जाए चुप हो जाए. We're still making sure the teachers are worried like oh shit we're losing control of this. And like Miss Shehnaz जो मेरी क्लास टीचर थी वो at some point like आप लोग चुप नहीं होंगे तो मैं टीवी बंद कर दूंगी. Like,
एक मिनट. Shout out to Miss Shehnaz here, but can there be a more Pakistani teacher name? Shehnaz? I don't think so. Shout out though. Well done for raising
that is all the
everyone.
every cliche exists in this cliche, right? Like this is the origin myth of millennial Pakistanis. तो होता ये है कि मिस शहनाज वो करती हैं फिर कोई चौका पड़ जाता है और हम लोग फिर से शोर मचा रहे होते हैं मिस शहनाज टीवी बंद कर देते हैं. मे भी चौका नहीं पड़ा था बॉल बाय बॉल है लोग आके मेरा दिमाग खराब करेंगे बट पॉइंट इज मिस शहनाज ने टीवी बंद कर दिया एंड वी आर ऑल क्वाइट वी आर लाइक अभी तक आप स्कूल आए हैं और सीधा आप टीवी देख रहे हैं you're like this is the greatest day of our lives. But now when the TV is shut, like the possibility of normalcy and the mundane experience of life is coming back, तब थोड़ी सी फट रही है कि एक हम लोग ने prisoners dilemma we all kind of reach a consensus कि अच्छा ठीक है अब सब चुप रहेंगे ठीक है ताकि मैच तो देख सके. Miss Shehnaz puts the TV back on, and Javed Miandad is walking back into the pavilion. He's gotten out while the TV was off. और मिस शनाज टीवी देखते हैं और वो फुल आंसुओं से रो रही हैं और बाकी टीचर कहते हैं शनाज तुम्हारी गलती नहीं है तुम्हारी गलती नहीं है. Obviously,
जावेद मियांदाद का रिवर्स स्वीप आपकी गलती नहीं थी मिस शहनाज. जावेद मियांदाद would have played that reverse sweep anyway.
But in that moment, Miss Shehnaz is just like because I think this is something to just उस लम्हे में पाकिस्तान पहली दफा फाइनल खेल रहा था. उससे पहले 3 लगातार वर्ल्ड कप्स में सेमीफाइनल हार चुका था इंक्लूडिंग 87 when everyone thought we were playing at home. We were probably the second if not tied best side in the world and we lose that. So Miss Shehnaz is carrying that weight on her shoulders. She's just like like Miandad out of it. And again, the context of the match, that was good. Pakistan then kind of kick on and make a good total, etc. Magar Miandad out ho gaya, Shehnaz ho rahi hai wo. So when I went home, I already had, for an 8-year-old, by far the most wildest day I'd ever experienced.
Did you watch the whole match at school and then go home?
No, so we get sent home like by 1:30, whatever. So I think us waqt tak lunch innings break ho chuki.
Okay.
So then we get home and then I watch this, and I'm pretty sure I missed the opening swells, but I like what Wasim Akram does. For an 8-year-old, you're just like, okay, so this is how life happens. कि थोड़ा सा बीच में adversity होती है, and then Wasim Akram shows up and saves the day. Great, problem solved. And like I think it took, matlab, that was the problem with it. I was that child who believed this insane thing, and maybe surviving Pakistan में जरूरी था कि आप ऐसी crazy किस्म की hope अपने दिल में रखें, but it was the most fantastical thing to witness, and probably I was at the right age to witness it.